Alrighty y'all, welcome back for another video. This is automatic to manual swap on a 92 to 97 F150. Today we got the transmission fluid, the shifter bushing, we got a new battery and a starter. So let's go ahead and check that out. We'll see if we can maybe start the truck, or maybe the speed sensor needs to be hooked up. We'll go from there. Maybe we're missing a couple things. Maybe we gotta bypass some stuff. Let's get there. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. Got the Mustang here. Stay tuned. So we got the shifter rebuild kit installed. We weren't able to get the shifter disconnected to install this new top part. We'll probably hold on to it though. And then we also weren't able to get the little pegs out, so we just squished this guy, made it go under the pegs there with the little metal spring under it. And so, like you've seen there, just put that piece on. And the shifter ball can go back in. You can install the 3 screws. Good to go. Transmission's all filled up, bolts tightened. I think we're gonna look at the starter next. Alrighty, so I've got the grill taken off. We got this line disconnected, which goes to the transmission. Got the top line disconnected, which goes from the radiator to the transmission. And then I've got this one left here. So we're gonna go ahead, unbolt that, get the cooler out, the other line, and then we will probably plug this up, and if we can maybe use the same radiator for the manual setup with this blocked, that'd be cool. Also the automatic dust shield. Yeah, it has a smaller starter hole than the manual, so we're gonna get the Dremel out. Dremel the hole a little bit bigger. See if we can't make that work. So if you guys happen to do the same thing as me. Okay, so I'm in here trying to install the manual starter, and the manual starter does in fact not fit in the automatic dust shield. And so the bolt holes will line up, but the starter recess spot is actually larger than the automatic. And I believe they call it a bend deck. Oh, you can see, well, for one, it's holding itself up, but for two, there's only the slightest little gap up there, while it is completely flat everywhere else. So I've gone through a couple little sandpaper wheels here, trying to expand it. We'll see later on in the video if we have any grinding symptoms between the starter and the flex plate here. I hope not. That means we're gonna have to put the proper stuff in. Well, I mean, that's not the problem. The problem is taking the transmission out. That's a lot of work. And I did a search this morning that said this will not work, which, you know, that's great. Didn't see that when I was looking before, and it said in a pinch it'll work. Well, both holes line up, but you get a couple other problems. So anyhow, let's continue, and then you can either decide to do what I'm doing or just get the proper dust shield. But let's keep going. Alrighty, so we've got the starter all bolted up. It's been wired up. We crimped it and then did some solder in there, got some heat shrink on that. And then the one is bolted up there. It's got a lock washer on it, so don't need anything for there to keep the nut on. But yeah, she's sturdy, she's on. Here's this side. There's a little back side. So cross our fingers, hopefully it works. Next project. As you seen earlier, we got the battery in, and then we just filled the coolant up here in the reservoir, also in the Mustang. You should go check out my Mustang videos if you haven't yet. Alrighty, so I've got the exhaust hooked up, the starter's hooked up, fluid in the transmission, the drive shaft in. Hit coolant in here, battery's hooked up. Try and start it. Alrighty, so this is the first take. We'll see how many takes it takes. to get the truck running. I'm kind of hoping the truck starts, because that's the speedometer sensor only goes up to here. I'm hoping that doesn't need to be hooked up, but then also I don't have the clutch neutral safety switch, so I think that'll be a problem. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So, let's go from here. Alrighty, so I'm back out here. I did some more research. This is our trans plug for the AOD 4x4 setup. So that would be to your transfer case there. And this would be your 93 AOD neutral safety switch. And so from the research that I've done, you got to look at your pins. So once you're looking at the pins, there'll be this little top portion there that's like pointing up, per se. And that's how you clock which pin is which. And so then you just flip it over, knowing that this is the top. So now that like the part that is pointing up will now be at the bottom. And so you just kind of got to locate your pins that way. And so it would be this one here, your two red wires. So it'd be your top and your bottom middle. Top left, bottom middle, and then your top right would be an unused. And so we're going to take these two, right? You see that? We're going to take this one here and this one here and put a little butt connector, and then maybe the truck will start from there. We're going to try that. We'll pop up the screenshots on the screen here, and we'll show you why I'm doing this, why I think it's this, and I think we're still going to have another problem outside of this for starting, but let's get there first. Okay, so I've got the two wires connected, and it's kind of funny because it forms a little loop, but that's actually what you're doing in the circuit, is you're completing the loop, and that's just allowing, you know, the signals to be sent, without actually being sent. So hopefully this is what we need to do. Let's go ahead and hook the battery up. We'll try and start the truck. Alrighty, y'all. So let's see here. Got the battery hooked up. We've got our little loop. Hopefully it's the correct wires and loop. Okay, that was like last time. Nope, still got nothing. Something's clicking. I don't know what that is, but something's clicking. I don't feel like it was clicking before. Let's keep it going. Let's find out what else is messed up. I also don't think, because this isn't used to a clutch neutral safety switch, yeah, that wouldn't have nothing to do with it. And then let me see here. It used to be an automatic. Yeah, so the brake doesn't do nothing either. Okay, so I went back to the drawing board. This is what I came up with. I got the neutral safety switch plugged in now. And now I think we might try to start it like this, and then maybe like that if it doesn't start after. I'm thinking that these three wires might still need to be telling the sensor something, while these two are just like, I don't know how this bypasses the sensor, but the sensor still needs to be told that it's there. But I believe that's what I'm running into. If not, we'll figure out that's not what I'm running into. All right. Okay, I got nothing, but as you can see here, this is a push button, and that's threads. So this threads into your transmission, and then it hits something. So hold on. So it's mechanical. It seems like it has a couple different response there. Let's try and, I'm gonna set you guys down. Got that. I got nothing. Guess that's the best we're gonna get. Now we should be able to. She turns. That means the fucking starter is engaging. No grinding on the flywheel. Oh my goodness. Let me make sure I have my truck keys. Hold on. Alrighty, so this is what I'm gonna try. I've got duct tape here. Trying to hold the little button down. It's doing it. Shit. Alrighty, so I've got the neutral safety switch duct taped up and looped. Okay. So, I believe the key might need to be on accessory, but that's a problem. Oh. Ain't got no, not only do I not have any pressure, but there's no fuel. So let's go ahead, see if we can't get the fuel pump to turn on. Now we've got the neutral safety switch wired up as well, and then we can try to crank it again. I checked the oil. We got we're at the add 1 quart line. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Okay, so let's go ahead, hop in the truck here. We'll cycle this a couple times. Look at the, look. You see the fucking line drop. Yeah, she's empty. She needs some gas. So now let's go ahead, go back up there. We'll check for fuel pressure. Bring this guy. Yep, there we go. That's what you want to see. Alrighty, so we'll come over here, get you guys set up. Okay, y'all, so she starts up just fine. I did plug in the oil pressure sensor for, oh my God, the truck starts. That is crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe the truck starts. Okay, so I shut it off because I ran in here to check the oil pressure and that was at 0. So I cut the motor. Like I said, I plugged in the oil pressure gauge for the dash on top of this one, and it's reading 0. I think I have oil pressure, but if I don't, all I gotta do is take the distributor out, prime the motor, and then I'll be good to go. I put a new oil pump in here, so yeah, no problems there. But let me go unplug that. I think that's what the problem is, and it's also doesn't normally read at 75 when it's off. So alrighty, so let's figure this one out together. So I just left this unplugged, and then I plugged it back in when I was trying to figure out why it wouldn't start. It's been a long time since I've driven it. I wanted to see if maybe I could get a reading up on the dash, but I believe I tried that before and it wasn't working, just because it's 2 different type of oil pressure sensors, and it won't feed the dash the way it'll feed the other one. Let's go ahead and see about our oil pressure. Boom. So now, let's try and turn the key over. That's more like it. Okay, we'll cycle it one more time. Now we'll go ahead and start it again. You know what? Maybe let's see if it'll start from here. No. So that's still an issue, but the truck will start. Alrighty, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna try to start it, and then I'm gonna run around and see if I have oil pressure. If I don't, I'm gonna cut the vehicle. If I do, I'll show you guys, and then we'll go from there. Woo! Woo! Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby! Woo! 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 Alrighty, so as you've seen, we got the truck running. Got the gauges reading proper. It had oil pressure the entire time. The gauges just weren't reading right. That one is not gonna work for the style that's hooked up to the block. But we got the exhaust welded up. It's gonna be different for every vehicle, so I didn't film that part, but I'll go down there and I'll show the other side. That's done up now. So we can go ahead, jump start this. I got a little bit of fuel in it too. And jump start it. Maybe see about driving it around. Excuse me. We can jump start this thing and see about driving it around. And then there's a bunch of ATF leaking down there, so I might need to check the level of the fluid in the transmission. So we'll look into that, and then right now we're gonna try and bleed the clutch. So you know, you can't really show on camera how easy it is to do it, but you know what I'm saying, it's got enough pressure to kick back up. And if you know what a hydraulic clutch does, when there's a bunch of air in the system, it'll just stick to the floor. So you know, it's somewhat bled, but I bought a pre-filled system, so that's why it's not sticking to the floor. But we're gonna go ahead and bleed it some more, check the level of that, maybe get some more gas in the truck, but she's about ready to take for a spin. And then we still need to see what's up with the electrical side of this, because it is not a turnkey vehicle. I don't like that. Alrighty, so I've got the exhaust hooked up. We're gonna try and drive it for the first time. Real quick, we'll pop inside, we'll check that interior out, and then we'll go for a drive. Let's get it. Alrighty, y'all, with that being said, that is the manual swap complete. We have a couple more problems to work out. Those will just kind of be their own little videos after this is uploaded. If you've made it this far in the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. Shows me you like the content, and hey dude, it's free, helps the channel out. So hey, don't forget to smack that button. Y'all have a good one. Peace.